Have you ever been seconds away from falling asleep when suddenly your brain says, "Remember that embarrassing thing you did years ago?" Just like that, sleep disappears. Your face gets warm, your stomach drops, and somehow a moment from years ago feels like it happened 5 minutes ago. But here's the strange part. Why now? Why not during breakfast? Why not while scrolling on your phone? Why not while talking to friends? Why does your brain wait until you're lying alone in the dark? As it turns out, this isn't random.
It's actually a hidden feature of your brain. And once you understand it, those late night cringe attacks will never feel the same again. Because your brain isn't trying to embarrass you, it's trying to protect you. Think about your day. From the moment you wake up, your attention is under attack. Messages, videos, conversations, notifications, tasks, problems, distractions. Your brain is constantly processing new information. There's barely any room left for old memories. But then night arrives. The world becomes quiet. The distractions disappear. The noise fades away. And suddenly, your brain has space, lots of space.
That's when something interesting happens. Thoughts that were buried all day start rising to the surface, including the embarrassing ones. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Your brain doesn't randomly choose these memories. It selects them, and there's a reason why. Imagine you accidentally tripped in public, or said something awkward, or got rejected. At the time, you felt something powerful. Embarrassment, shame, regret. And your brain pays special attention to emotions, because emotions act like highlighters. The stronger the emotion, the brighter the memory becomes, which means embarrassing moments often get stored more deeply than ordinary ones. Your brain treats them as important, even when they're not. But that's only half the story, because something else is happening, something most people never notice. Your brain is running a replay system, almost like a movie editor. Every now and then, it goes through old footage, looking for mistakes, looking for lessons, looking for ways to avoid future problems. That embarrassing moment, your brain isn't replaying it to torture you. It's replaying it because it thinks there's something to learn. In other words, your brain believes it's helping. But here's the problem. Sometimes the replay system doesn't know when to stop. And that's why one awkward moment can return again and again and again. Even years later, it gets even stranger. Psychologists discovered something called the spotlight effect. And once you hear it, everything starts making sense. The spotlight effect is the tendency to believe people notice us far more than they actually do. Can you remember the embarrassing thing someone else did 3 years ago? Probably not. Can you remember what your classmate said 5 years ago? Most likely not, because you're busy thinking about your own life, just like everyone else. And that's the shocking realization. The moment you've been replaying for years is probably forgotten by almost everyone else. Inside your head, it feels huge because you're watching the movie from the front row. Everyone else left the theater years ago. But there's one final piece to this puzzle, and it's the reason these memories feel worse at night. When you're tired, the emotional part of your brain becomes stronger, while the rational part becomes weaker. Small worries feel bigger, small problems feel heavier, and small memories feel more important. The memory didn't change, your brain state changed. That's why something harmless at noon can feel devastating at midnight. And once you understand this, something powerful happens. You stop treating every embarrassing memory like a warning and start seeing it for what it really is. Just a memory, not a prediction, not a threat, not evidence that everyone is judging you. Just a memory. Because the truth is, everyone has awkward moments. Everyone says the wrong thing sometimes. Everyone makes mistakes. The difference is that most people eventually move on. And maybe that's the lesson your brain has been trying to teach you all along. Not perfection, acceptance. So the next time you're lying in bed and your brain suddenly reminds you of something embarrassing, remember this. The fact that you still remember it doesn't mean it still matters. It simply means you're human. And chances are, someone else is lying awake right now, cringing at their own memory too. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more psychology and human behavior content. And tell me, what's the weirdest memory your brain has ever brought back at 2 a.m.?